we are going to learn about the digestion in the stomach. So the food from the buccal cavity enters into the stomach through esophagus by peristaltic movement. After entering into the stomach, the cardiac sphincter closes the cardiac port so that the food doesn't go back into the esophagus. So in the stomach, after the entry of the food, the gastric juice is released from the gastric glands. So this gastric juice consists of substances like HCl, pepsinogen, prorenin, bicarbonates, and mucus substances. So here you have to note one thing, that here acid is present. HCl means hydrochloric acid. So acid is present. So there is a danger of excoriation of the wall of stomach. So because acid is present, if it is present, it causes damage to the wall of the stomach. But the stomach wall doesn't damaged by the HCl. How? It's because of the presence of bicarbonates and the mucus. Bicarbonates and the mucus, which are present in the gastric juice, protect the wall of stomach from the excoriation by concentrated HCl. So why HCl is, though HCl is harmful for the wall of stomach, yet it is secreted. Why it is secreted? What is the importance of HCl here? So the HCl here kills the harmful bacteria present in the food, and the most important function of HCl is it activates the inactive forms of enzymes or proenzymes. So pepsinogen and prorenin are the proenzymes. So these are the inactive forms of the active enzymes pepsin and renin. So in order to make these proenzymes active, HCl is necessary. That's why HCl is secreted. Why the enzymes are secreted in the inactive form like pepsinogen or prorenin? Why can't they are secreted as pepsin or renin? Because if they are secreted in the active form, so they digest the organ in which they are produced. So that is known as autophagus. So they kill and eat their own organs in which they are formed. So that's why the enzymes are secreted in the inactive form. So once these inactive form enzymes are reactive with HCl, so some of the groups in the pepsinogen and prorenin are removed by the HCl and making the active sites exposed. So that is known as activation. So prorenin in the presence of HCl, which is an inactive form in the presence of HCl, is activated into renin, which is the active form. Likewise, pepsinogen, which is an inactive form, in the presence of HCl is converted into active pepsin. So this active pepsin and active renin act upon the proteins of the food. They digest the proteins present in the food. So casein is the protein which is present in the milk. So infants, children take so the protein which is present in milk is a casein. So the protein has to be digested. So children contain a renin in good amounts when compared to the adults. So in children, renin is a very active and it is secreted in larger quantities. So this renin, in the presence of calcium ions, converts casein into calcium paracasinate. So this calcium paracasinate is converted into peptose in the presence of an enzyme which is known as pepsin. So here renin first converts the milk protein into calcium paracasinate, and then pepsin converts the calcium paracasinate into peptone. So then, other proteins which are present in the food material are converted into proteases and peptones in the presence of pepsin. So, in the stomach, only proteins are partially digested, not completely digested. So, completely digested proteins are converted into amino acids. Here, proteins are converted into only proteases and peptones. That's why proteins are partially digested in the stomach. Due to the presence of HCl, what may be the medium in the stomach? Yes, it is an acidic medium. So, the acidic and partially digested food in the stomach is known as chyme. So, here only proteins are digested. Carbohydrates and fats are not digested in the stomach. Only proteins are partially digested. So, this partially digested semi-solid, it is not in the form of a solid or not in the form of a complete liquid. It is in the form of a semi-liquid. So, the proteins, so the acidic actually digested food in the stomach is known as chyme, and this chyme is slowly moves from stomach into small intestine, the first part of small intestine, which is known as duodenum. So in the duodenum, major portion of digestion and absorption occurs in the small intestine. So in the next class, we will study about digestion in the intestine. Okay, until then, keep studying and happy studying.